Hi guys, it's Sonelias and welcome back to Surviving Mars. Let's load the end of the last save game, which you were of course playing here as... India. Perfect! So we have got our first dome, as you can see. First dome is up and running. Our first rocket with actual passengers has landed. We are extracting these special resources here now. So we got, of course, the rare metal deposits here. And of course we are producing food, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we should see that there's a food production taking place here already. Now I get the impression we are running low on... Well, actually, no, we're not running low on food. We're okay. So we got about... How many have we got stored away? 5 and then 2 extra out here. So we should be fine for the moment. I've turned off this particular building because I just don't have enough people to basically man it. I do have an infirmary here. I've got 2 residence buildings. So in theory, I could actually get a second rocket of passengers ready here to basically add some more people to here. But unfortunately, I cannot until I've actually reached the spot where it says surviving or survival is possible. So one of the things I'll probably want to do here, I want to basically turn off the food storage here. As you can see, I turn it off. Perfect. Let's do the same here on the other one. So have I got more food stored here? I do. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to turn that food storage off. And also going to turn it off over here. Now what that should do, it should aggregate all the food in that one location, which should be really close to the actual dome. And I guess that makes most sense really in what we're trying to achieve. Alright, so this rocket we will be filling up, of course, with fuel, but we also will be filling it up with the exportable exotic minerals. So this component, the rare metals here. Right, so in terms of our energy production, we are doing good. We're basically got a surplus. So at the moment we are in the early stage of the day, if I'm not mistaken. Stored power is at a maximum at the moment, so that should mean, theoretically, that we should be able to survive the night. Now we have of course got this vehicle here, which is at the moment bringing back more metals. Maintenance of course for the water evaporator here. It also tells again our water production level stands at 4 and we're consuming 2.6. So overall I'm quite happy with that. Have we got more storage? Yeah, I think we got more than sufficient storage here still. So let's have another look. So we are basically scanning various different sectors. There is more metal to be found here. So once that is done, I basically really intend to pick that stuff up here. So we're going to be loading those resources into here.
Cable fault reported.
And as you can see, what is happening here? This is a explorer, and I've sent it out in that particular direction. Okay, so we got a cable fault here on this cable here. Now, luckily, it's not necessarily affecting anything here. Cable fault is just only indicating it's actually consuming more electricity than it should. Okay, I can live with that, I guess. Now, comfort is quite low, and morale is relatively low as well, as you can see. Now, what kind of things could I do to basically bring that up? I can, of course, basically get that sanatorium in here. Maintenance is going to cost me 2 of the polymers. But if I also look at that, it will actually cost me polymers to build. Now, how many polymers have I actually got in storage? Now, at the moment it says I've got polymer production at 2, which is a bit odd because I'm pretty sure I turned off that building. So I'm not sure how we actually are getting that production at 2. But as you can see, we are basically producing fuel as in 12. Fuel consumption is 2 for some reason, and refueling of rockets is 15. So that indicates that we should have 15 somewhere. And again, I don't really trust those figures entirely. But, of course, let's hope that we get everything up and running quickly. So, looking at this one here, it's still on the way. Just going to increase the game speed a little bit. So we got this vehicle here helping out, of course. And as you can see, that food is really coming back here towards the location where we want it to be, is, of course, near the dome. Production here is doing good, doing well. Geologist, geologist, and geologist. So I got a couple of geologists, as you can see at the moment. It doesn't for all of them say where they are working. So if I look at this one here, okay, I can do it on a one-by-one basis. Look at what they are doing. Scientist, geologist, geologist. Where does this one work? The infirmary. Why would this one be working at the infirmary? Okay, changing that workplace to, of course, the outside building. Okay, I got numerous people working here, which is again fine. These people here, these in reality should of course have no specialization. And I actually can see that they've got a plus 15 morale. And all of these should also get morale boosts. So overall, I think we're doing quite well. This one though, it says no specialization. It says one wrong workplace specialization. How can that be? I've got no specialization. Workaholic. And again, it says wrong workplace specialization. I'm again not sure how that really works, but okay. This one is doing good. Medic, a scientist. Again, wrong workplace specialization. And this one, again, wrong workplace specialization. How can we get a deficit or a wrong specialization if we don't have any specialization? But okay, let's see how that goes for the time being. All right, we are... I'm pretty sure I set this to have a fourth person there. Okay, so this one works at the metal extractor. Okay. So if I look at people here in general, geologist, metal extractor. Ah, this one works at the infirmary once again. For some reason, it basically seems to prioritize this over the other one. Let's increase the priority of this one. See if that makes any difference. Building not working. Okay, and that is because no deposits. Okay, so let's set this one to be
resources
turned
are
off.
low.
Secondly, we're going to salvage this building. Food is low, it says, which, okay, can happen. I'm pretty sure we got food here, and the food production of this building. We should have just produced the first batch of crops here, but... Peculiar. Peculiar. So what is our total food consumption? Food consumption stands at 3. Stored in buildings is 4.4, it says. I don't get that. I'm pretty sure we are producing here at 10. Optimal harvest is 12. Really, this of course should get top priority. I think we'll be okay. I'm pretty sure we'll be okay, but a bit puzzled here. Okay, what else could we do to basically get more food produced? Now, fungal farm isn't available as of yet, so we got this one here. Do I somehow need to maybe increase my food production? Having 2 of these buildings? It is an option. It costs me polymers as well as metals to build, as you can see. Just to be on the safe side, I'll basically build it. Alright, we've refueled already, as you can see. What is the other one that's being refueled? It's gathering exports, okay. Now, do I have to shut down this building, or do I want to shut down the infirmary? Let's shut down the infirmary. Okay, what does this mean here? This means they are unemployed. Okay. Let's get this building built here. Prioritize it. Now, it should need 1.6 and 3.2. So it should be able to gather those resources relatively quickly, I hope. It says 4 food, but that's only talking about the actual number of food items there, not in other locations. Again, we should see that food shall be moved here, hopefully relatively quickly. This food production should be done in a couple of days. Time until next harvest, 1 day. So on the 24th, we should see another harvest coming through. Okay, I've increased this to its max. This one's carrying more metals. Actually, we're carrying 0.2 metal, which is good. I didn't realize we could actually have partial metal bits that we're carrying, but okay. If that works, then why not? Right, so we got the medic here, and the scientist, and the non-specialized person. So we're all experts on that. Production will be at 11.9 is according to the data here, and this one will be at 10.4.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
Interesting. Anomaly found. Alright, so the RC rover here, let's send it over here. Sorry, did I just send it the wrong one? I'm pretty sure I did. I should have sent this one out, not the other one. This one is ready to basically go back and deliver that metal to this location here. So let's do that.
Vehicle battery low.
Yep, I'm pretty sure I know which one that is. That's this one here. And that's already heading back to base, so that's fine. As you can see, we're basically gathering more of those exports, which should of course help us get more funding. We're currently at 1 billion. Oh, it looks like 1 billion, but it's actual fact... it might actually well be 1 billion. Let's just double check. So if we look at the rockets, we are at 1.4 billion. 1.48 to be precise. So we could actually get another cargo rocket here if we wanted to. Prefab buildings and so forth. I think we're going to leave it as is for the moment. Let's see how things progress. In theory, this one should be recharging here. And as you can see, that battery level is increasing. So that's good. That is nice. Alright, more polymers or metals to be found here. What's happening to our food harvest here? Are we actually getting positive food returns out of here or not? Again, we seem to be consuming food here, which of course is good in itself. Drone node heavy, okay. This one hasn't completed food production. No, not quite yet. Stored food, so we can actually store food in the actual building itself, looks like. This one will be done in 3 days. This one should be done today.
Anomaly analyzed.
There's more to the barren environs of the Red Planet than meets the eye. A veritable treasure trove
magnetic
of
filtering
undiscovered
and Mars
knowledge and wonder.
crowdfunding. Cool, Mars crowdfunding should be a really nice one to have. So where is Mars crowdfunding? Here. Receive a one-time grant of 1 billion. Nice. Fungal farm. Polymer factory. Water and fuel. Okay, let's put that one on the queue. Engineers and geologists receive a boost. Okay, that's nice as well. So, sorry, I should have really looked at this more thoroughly. So if we look at the actual research, where do we stand at the moment? We're relatively close to completing this, as you can see. We're not there yet, but we are getting close to it. Did I just complete this first batch? Maybe not yet. Remaining duration is under 6 days is what it says, which is fine as far as I'm concerned. I might want to basically get some extra components here.
Milestone achieved.
Food. Produced food. Good. Alright, so first batch of food is available here.
Research complete. Milestone achieved.
In theory, it should just keep on rotating between these two crops, which is fine. Research breakthrough. A breakthrough was researched, which is good. So the first breakthrough was this frictionless components. Wind turbines produce an extra 100% of energy. So that basically means that we should see a significant boost here. As you can see, yeah, significant boost, which is marvelous. Which in the longer term should of course be a reduction also in terms of the maintenance. If we were to, of course, turn off some of the other buildings. Do you want to maintain all of them? Probably not. I can probably turn off a couple of these. So if I turn off this one here, same with this one. As you can see, we've still got a surplus, substantial surplus. And yeah, I really want to basically reduce the maintenance cost initially. And I can quite easily, yes, sustain that because, of course, of where I stand at the moment. This one's recently been maintained already, so there's no real need for me to keep that one fully
Sector
operational.
scanned.
Again, this one's going to shut down. Same with this one, really. So yeah, that frictionless one is perfect. Alright, another sector was scanned. Look at that. Surface here is 69.
Resources are low.
Nice. Well, which resource is low? Is food. Well, really? Do you think that is true? I very much doubt it, but okay. Let's pick up those bits of metal here. Looks like this one needs to go back to base, of course, to recharge. 7 rare metals at the moment. This one, of course, is still refueling. We're down at 7 food there. And it does indeed look like we do need to have 2 of these in operation.
Building a new home on an alien world,
Ah.
that takes guts, to say the least.
After all purpose, the strongest long-term driver since arriving on Mars, Advik Bot enthusiastically has proven to be above average, even by founder norms, and the prodigious productivity display can be boiled down to one simple explanation. Advik Bot has really loves doing what Advik Bot does. The founder Advik Bot has enthusiastic trait. Now that's, of course, the spirit. Enthusiastic. Okay, birthplace is India. Cool, that makes sense. Enthusiastic means basically gets an improved performance boost when, of course, at high morale. Now his morale at the moment, I'm not sure where it is, but he's a party animal. So we do, of course, need to basically build some party-related materials shortly. Food production here will be done in another day, it says. Well, I think it's more than a day, probably a day and a half. This will be another 2 days, probably 2.5 days. And we still got 7 here,
reported.
plus of course the 4 that we got here. Cable fault, okay, that should be done relatively easily. Have we got any more locations that we can easily scan and so forth? Not at the moment it looks like, but I can actually bring this vehicle closer. Shall we call it the front line? Charging battery, okay, that's perfect. This one has loaded up on resources already. There's more to be picked up. So let's pick up more of that. We're going to keep on doing that for a while. Basically, we're going to use, of course, everything in our power here. Alright, we don't want to rebuild that really, do we? We want to leave that as is. So how many are at this particular command hub? It says 9. So can I select multiple? No, I cannot. But I can, of course, move some of these over to the different or other command hub. Okay. Let's do that. So we're going to reallocate them to there. Just because, yeah, there's more work to be done in this region there than there is in the current region. As you can see, at the moment we got about 700 concrete. A little over 700 really. But yeah, we just want to make sure we can actually use our drones optimally. Maybe, do I want to put one extra there? No, I don't think so. I'm going to put one extra. No, I don't have any extras here, but yeah, I'm going to put it over here again, near to the dome. Right, this one is doing okay. Inactive work shift, which makes sense. We're going to see production of 8.3, it looks like here. Still got production, or basically storage of food of 4
Sector
there.
scanned. Anomaly found.
Ah, anomaly found. Perfect. So we of course have our RC rover here. This one actually is full now, so we should be able to return this all back to, of course, our source location. So again, we're filling up this stack of metals here, and that's going quite nicely. Again, have we got a stock of concrete here? Yes, we do. Food is not really stored in here. It's all stored on that location in there. So perfect. Yeah, quite happy with that. And of course, we're still producing these rare metals, which we will be sending off to the planet Earth shortly. Now, how are we doing in terms of refueling this one? Really, really good. So actually, we'll be sending back this one back to Earth. At least getting our first batch of money based upon, of course, our resources that we just sent back. Now, that should be sending a total export value of 240 back to us, which is not a lot, but it's a good beginning. It's a good beginning. How much is still remaining in this section here? It doesn't say, which is a little bit of a pity, I think.
Anomaly analyzed.
There's more to the
Okay.
barren environs of the red planet than meets the eye. A
Decommission
veritable
protocol.
treasure
Okay,
trove
cool.
of undiscovered knowledge and wonder.
So we should see that we got here that hub, and we have the decommission protocol allowed a clearance of salvage and destroyed buildings. We've reached the point where we must do away with old buildings. Yeah, makes sense, because yeah, we do have a couple of those already there on the planet. What's the next one we want to add to the queue here? Let's add this one here. I think it makes sense to add that one to the queue. Yeah, perfect. So our founder
Resources
stage,
are low.
machine parts is also low, which I can understand. So maybe that's a good point for us to start calling in a rocket. Alright, so let's get a rocket together of some of the key resources that we're running out of. So as you can see, we do need more polymers. Let's have a look. So how can I easily see that? So we need more polymers, electronics, but machine parts really is the biggest one that we need to basically replenish. So we're going to get ourselves a cargo rocket, and we're going to basically fill it up with machine parts, of course, as you can see. Let's do 40 of that. Carrying capacity. We still got loads, as you can see. Now, we do run out of funding rather quickly if we do that. Maybe we should get some prefabs onto here. Let's just double check first back on the planet what it is we already have in terms of prefabs. As you can see, we got more water evaporators, which is great. In terms of production, we have a machine parts factory. I don't have an electronics factory. I do already have a factory deployed here, which is fine, but again, maintenance will be an issue there. And it's mostly machine parts that will be the issue. And I guess we can relatively easily replenish those. But electronics, polymers and machine parts are really the culprits of where we will be suffering. Alright, let's get some electronics on board, but machine parts, like I said, is really the biggest culprit. And that's actually cheaper than the others thus far. Actually, polymers is the cheapest. But yeah, machine parts I will be stocking up on substantially. I think that should do it for now. I could potentially reduce my polymers if I increase my machine parts, and that really drives my funding down to 0. Okay. Ouch. Well, let's go for it anyways. I might want to look at my research here and maybe reallocate those slightly. Let's get that crowdfunding in there first before we get that fungal farm and the Logi hydrosynthesis, I think. Yeah, that seems to be an important one for us here anyways. Cargo space increased by 10,000 kilograms, which is of course a nice one to have. High-rise buildings, of course, a good one to have as well. Let's keep it at that level for the moment being. We're going to increase the game speed again back to the max. yeah, machine parts are really one of the key ones that we are running out of relatively quickly. This one's filling up quite nicely as well. Let's increase the priority of that. This is all down to metals, so that metals is not really a big issue. We can easily restock our levels there. This one's basically said no food, which is good, as it should be. I do want to basically, yeah, I want to basically not have fuel on here either. So I really want to basically say fuel should not be stored there. Probably the same over here, isn't it? We're producing fuel here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's a fuel refinery. Have we got a dedicated fuel storage spot already or not? I should really have one, shouldn't I? So if you basically build a dedicated fuel storage spot here, that should really replace what we're doing here. We should not be storing the fuel here. I'm okay with it being here, that's fine. So this one is traveling to Mars, this one is traveling to Earth, and this one is now, of course, this one here. And it's refueled already, but we're basically gathering more resources on there. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, we started the new one there. This is basically increasing the evaporator efficiency, which is this stuff here. And it's, okay, in theory that should be working, but I don't know why not.
Funding received.
Perfect. Funding received, 240 million. It's not a great amount, but it's a start. Cable malfunction, and we're repairing that, so that's great. This one is, of course, already back. We probably should have sent it out earlier already. Let's make sure we pick up here more of the resources that we can find.
Sector scanned.
Ah, water deposits. That's good. And there's a water deposit here as well. So that's a low grade deposit, and that is a average grade. So that's a good way for us to basically supplement our water supply. Okay, let's do it in this particular order. Okay, that should do for a little while. Now this is a bit further away, that water supply. So for the moment I'm just going to leave it as is. This one here is of course doing okay. It's a low grade one. That's an average grade one. We have got one more day left until we're basically through our founder stage. And basically if we survive that, we will actually be in a positive position where we can actually get an extra passenger rocket in. Alright, we can actually land this rocket here. Let's land it here, I think.
Cable fault reported.
On the premise that we basically have previously done one here. Uneven terrain. Not sure what is blocking it. Okay, that seems to work. Let's land it here then. Similar positions before. And that should unload relatively quickly. We will increase the priority of this one compared to that one. Perfect. So that means, of course, that this one should get priority in terms of loading up. Research. What is this icon here? 19%. Oh, we progressed 19% to the next level there. That's good. Good. So we're getting 300, one from the explorers and 1 or 200 from the sponsors. Okay, it says transportation problem, drone heavy load. Okay, it says ready for takeoff, which is fine. But yeah, the drone heavy load, I fully understand. It's of course all to do, of course, with the positioning of the drone there. Not the drone, sorry, the components. All right, this one has loaded up in the meantime with 9. Where else can we send it here? There's not a deposit here. Is there more there? There is. Let's send it over there to pick up more of that stuff from there as well.
Fault reported.
This should be relatively easy maintenance here. It's all down to, of course, pure metal use. And we got a substantial stockpile of metal here anyway, so that should go well. Now, we're going to call it a day once we actually reach the stage of going beyond the founder stage.
Sector scanned.
I do want to get, of
Anomaly
course, more
found.
people here. Another anomaly found, which is good. Is that an anomaly? Or, yeah, it is an actual anomaly. Sensor readings suggest that this anomaly will help us with our current research goal. Okay. Now that does also mean that we can actually set another sector to be scanned. Let's set that one over there to be scanned. I do not think we necessarily need to put too much emphasis on actually getting a lot more of the concrete out. We got a decent supply of concrete already, about 767. So yeah, once this is down, this building, of course, we will maintain it until it really runs out. But at that point, we will decommission it, and once it's decommissioned, we don't have to maintain it
Research
anymore.
complete. Anomaly
Which in
analyzed.
theory, we should be able to do with this one here as well, but yeah, I really want to basically blow it up, but I don't have the technology for it. We gained 1,000 in research. So the crowdfunding is completed, which basically gets us another 1 billion, which is nice. Great. Okay. Okay, perfect. Decommissioning protocol is a nice one to add to the queue as well. In terms of food, we're doing pretty okay. We got decent levels there. This one, as we know, of course, can be sent back to Earth already. This one is now empty, and we are refueling it, as you can see. Right. Drone load heavy. Remaining another couple of hours, and basically the founders are the first pioneers. Okay. Their initial task is to prove the potential. Okay, that's fine. Waste rock is being generated here, and we are basically slowly gathering that waste rock in here, which is fine. Stopped work shift is fine as well. This one at the moment is down. We are, of course, down for maintenance as well. It's this one
Meteor
here still.
shower incoming.
Okay, so where is it incoming? Ah, in 1 day. Alright, I think
This
we've
will go
gone beyond the
down
founder
in
stage.
history.
Perfect. So it looks like we've actually had serious adventures ahead of us, which is great. Now I can at this point, of course, get another passenger rocket, which is exactly what I need. I need more passengers. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm basically going to launch this passenger rocket here. I got the cargo space for it, so why not? And in the meantime, we can actually launch this rocket here to basically depart. So perfect. So guys, thanks again for watching. We're going to pause the game here, and we're of course going to save this away. So at least next episode, we can actually carry on from here as we have reached a nice point along the line. So guys, thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, take care.